Well, hey there, everybody, and welcome to a new review episode where sometimes on this channel we review horror movies and different movies we've seen, mainly movies that we think maybe you might not check out or are thinking about checking out.
Want to see if it's worth paying $10 to go see?
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what we're trying to do here is give you an idea of what we like at least, and so today we have two movies to talk about, two new movies. The new Black Christmas and the new film Knives Out are the films we're going to talk about today. First up, we'll talk about Black Christmas, and this is the third in the series.
If you want to call it that.
Actually, no, this is the third remake, or the second remake.
It shouldn't even be called a remake, it should be called a reimagining. I think, the biggest thing, this movie should not be titled what it is.
Yeah,
because the only thing you're gonna get from the original or the remake is a couple scenes. You're like, oh, okay, that's like a death scene, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like
it is not the same kind of movie.
They took a different kind of movie completely, and then just sprinkled in some bits from the original movie. So, first of all, one thing I have to say about this film is most of you out there probably aren't going to like this. This is not Black Christmas. This is not a Black Christmas movie. This is a weird voodoo nonsense paranormal bullshit movie. But,
don't say too much.
Well, I mean, they need to know that. They really do need to know that, because if you go in expecting anything else, you're in for a shock. This movie's ridiculous.
It's
the plot
like an
is so
X-Files episode, or
Twilight
Zone episode. It would have been great in a horror series or an anthology, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it would have worked better as just a quick short rather than a full movie.
Maybe, yeah.
And another issue I had with this movie is this is one of the silliest plot lines and ridiculous everything that I've seen in a movie for quite some time.
Don't get me wrong, I love that in a movie. I love weird nonsense silliness, but
they don't play it up at all. They play everything pretty serious. It just feels overall like another one of those teenage horror movies.
Well, I mean, it's a Blumhouse, so
everything about it is just so bleh. But the plot is really ridiculous, and some of the acting is over the top.
Yeah.
Overall, I have to say I enjoyed seeing this in theater.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it.
It's not a good movie. It's really ridiculous. I think I enjoyed it probably for the wrong reasons that the people making it intended, but I thought it was hilariously goofy and just absolutely bizarre, and its premise and acting and everything about this movie was very silly.
Mm-hmm.
One quick note that a friend of ours did point out as well.
Yeah.
Me being oblivious and just oh, Black Christmas. I was just not paying any. I never pay attention to movies. I just sit there and just go, ooh, colors. But so in this one, it kind of starts off with this group of girls that is organizing against the boys' fraternity because the boys have been too toxic masculine lately and rapey. So I mean, the message is a little in your face.
It's very heavy-handed. I mean, it's intentional, I think. So.
Oh, absolutely. Because that part, actually, the campiness kind of comes through a little bit with that. Because some of that's so over the top that it works, but the rest of it's not over the top enough, so it doesn't work together. I would say at the beginning of the movie, one of the subjects the girls are trying to fight about is get more female and queer authors recognized in the class.
But then there was no representation in this movie.
No, there were,
as
far as I know, no queer or trans characters that I saw.
Maybe one of the characters could have been, but they didn't even hint at it. So
I mean, if you're gonna go with such a heavy-handed message at the beginning and then don't follow your message, I don't know. Black Christmas, check it out if you really, really want to see something weird. Otherwise, you can probably skip this and wait till it's streaming.
I mean, if you need something, you don't want to go see it what everybody else is seeing at the theater, and you need to escape family, maybe go see it. But I don't know. It's we're not gonna remember it. We're not gonna rewatch it.
Yeah, no one's gonna be talking about this next year. I can tell you that. This will be a movie that came and went like a fart in the wind. The next movie we're going to talk about is Knives Out, which we really can't discuss too much because so much of this movie is all twists and turns and intrigue.
You're like constantly.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Poirot stories or you like Sherlock type stories, this like is that kind of movie. So you'll enjoy this, I feel like. But if you don't like that kind of genre, then this is not going to be something you want to see.
Yeah, this one definitely, absolutely felt like an Agatha Christie story. Like
yeah.
How they have that super smart sleuth solving the whole case.
Mm-hmm.
Probably solved it from the minute he came in.
Yeah, he did.
But the twists and turns and intrigue are wonderful.
Yeah.
This to me is a masterpiece maker. A masterpiece of noir cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is wonderful. I personally absolutely love mystery movies like this, and this is one of the best. And the thing about this too is it's not so inappropriate that you can't take your children.
No, it's.
I mean, it's a little extreme for real young ones, but like mid to older teens.
If you're sensitive to puking, maybe skip it. But
there's some very light language, some very like shit, ass. I think is about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think
there's any sex or anything like that.
And it's not especially gory or violent. Even though you might think it is from the commercials, this is actually just a fun mystery movie.
Kind of has a message too.
And I feel like this one was so well acted and well done. As far as non-horror movies, I mean, it kind of is in that realm of horror,
but it's thriller-ish.
It's not really a horror movie, but I would consider this non-horror. So as far as non-horror movies go, this is probably the best one I've seen this year.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's gonna be real hard to think of any other movie I've seen besides fucking Marvel movies.
But that's like on that same like level of not quite horror, but kind of thriller.
Yeah, Parasite was a good one too.
Yeah,
but,
that was a good one.
That one's a much slower burn.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
movie.
true.
This
feel one's like you're like on the edge of your seat the whole time with this one.
I feel like Knives Out has a good and better mass appeal to people. So if you're on the fence about checking out Knives Out, go see it.
And wonderful. You can go see it with everybody in your family. So I mean, except for a real little one. Yeah. But they probably won't even know what's going on. So.
But Knives Out is a fun, exciting movie that I think is wonderfully acted. All the actors.
It's got a great cast. I mean, it's got Jamie Lee Curtis.
And she's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome in this movie.
Yeah.
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette's fantastic, too, in this.
Toni Collette's always good. Same as Jamie Lee. I love seeing them in
What's
movies.
the guy's name from Sorry to Bother You? Oh, yeah, Daniel Craig,
Daniel Craig is in this. He's also from Get Out. Let me look.
Which is really funny because I think who was telling us that the main character in this movie, the main actress, she is going to be the new Bond girl, and then there's Daniel Craig who is James Bond, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, this movie has a great cast. The girl who plays Marta, Ana de Armas, if I can pronounce anything right. She does a fantastic job. Very subtle, quiet performance, but it's great.
Oh, it's really good, yeah.
Chris Evans is in this movie, Captain America himself, playing an absolute dick. So it's fun to watch him be such an asshole. Other actors you might know, Lakeith Stanfield, who is from Sorry to Bother You and Get Out.
Yeah.
He's excellent in this film. Michael Shannon is in this film, and he's creepy, and I don't know, he's just one creepy motherfucker.
Did you already say Captain America?
Yes, Chris
he's a creep too.
Christopher Plummer's in this movie, and Christopher Plummer, of course, is a wonderful actor. Don Johnson is in this movie. There's so many people.
Everybody's in this movie. And it's actually good. Good performances, I thought. So.
Yeah, the whole movie, I was entertained. There wasn't a single part of this film I feel like I was like, whoa, this is terrible.
No, and then like 30 minutes in, I'm like, where is this going now?
They do such a good job with this story. Yeah. Obviously, like we said, if those kind of movies don't appeal to you, then this one's not going to appeal to you either, because it's just another one of these. But it's a very good one of these.
Yeah.
So, Black Christmas, you can wait till it's streaming. Knives Out, I would check out in theaters, personally, because it was great.
Yep.
And that's all we have to say today.
Happy holidays.
Yes, and Happy New Year and
Yeah.
all that jazz. We may have more reviews before the end of the month, but
Yeah, we
I
probably
doubt
will. The Grudge is coming up soon.
there'll
That'll
probably
after
be
the
more
New Year.
reviews in January.
Yeah.
We're gonna caught up on reviews. We have
Yeah, I
a
don't
bunch
think
of
we'll have anything before then.
independent movies we saw recently that we're excited
Oh
to
yes,
talk about.
we will do PDX Extreme Fest reviews.
Yeah, because
At
we
least
saw
what we
a
caught.
lot of good movies and shorts at that, and it was great. So we want to tell you
Oh,
all
yeah.
about that, especially some of the movies that you might actually get a chance to see. We saw some fucking hilarious horror comedies. So,
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Things
so
to
stay
check out.
tuned. Yeah, stay
Yeah.
tuned for all that. And
And more videos to come, and you know, the usual.
the huge. But
Thanks for
anyways,
watching.
hope you all survive the coming apocalypse, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next year.
Bye.
Hey everybody, we just had a quick little addition to this other review. We saw another movie that we wanted to talk about because it was kind of on our radar,
Yeah, I was trying to see it in theater, but it didn't play anywhere.
which
that we
I
could
kind of
see.
understand why maybe now that I've seen it. But the film is In Fabric, and we ended up just renting it on Amazon, I think.
I think it's an A24 movie.
In Fabric is kind of a giallo parody.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a throwback to 70s movies, but like it's really goofy.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a comedy. It says horror comedy. on it.
It's honestly hardly a horror movie. It's more of just this really strange, bizarro experiment.
Almost nightmarish in
in
parts,
ways, yeah.
In parts.
It's a very bizarre
Yeah.
film. The main concept of the film is this lady buys a dress that comes with a lot of baggage, but it's just hard to explain because the plot's kind of nonsensical, and the whole thing is very abstract and bizarre.
It's beautifully shot and kind of like colored like a giallo movie would be too. And the only time I've ever seen a washing machine is terrifying.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense washing machine part. Like, probably the most intense part of the movie was that damn washing machine, because it was just like, holy shit, that washing machine is going apeshit. But so if you
If
like,
those things sound like, you know, things you would
Yeah.
like.
this is not going to appease everybody. This
No.
is kind of a niche genre kind of thing. But if you like really bizarre, kind of pointless, meandering films, check out In Fabric.
Yeah.
I thought it was really enjoyably weird.
Yeah.
But not everybody's going
No.
to get enjoyment out of this film. So if you're into really weird, kind of bizarre things, and not like weird as an extreme, just kind of
No.
weird as like, what is this?
Yeah.
In Fabric is one of those. So
Yeah, and I think it's streaming like just about every platform. So just find it streaming somewhere.
and check it out. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. But we'll have a
Catch-up,
yearly
probably.
catch-up
Yeah.
review probably in the early weeks of January. So be prepared for that. But we probably won't see you again. Till then, we might have some other videos up. But if we don't make another one of these kinds
Yeah.
of things, everyone have a wonderful
Yeah.
holiday season and a great new year. Hopefully 2020 is slightly less stressful
Please,
for everybody.
For everybody, please.
Because everybody I know has just been on edge lately, and everything in the world just seems so negative. Just remember that there are people out there who are good people, and that all that bullshit out in the world, that's the bullshit out in the world that you see every day. It's not everyday people, so keep that in mind. Everyday people are still decent people, so don't give up on people. Have a happy holidays
No.
and a happy new year.
Happy New Year, yeah.